All right, so we made it through the first week. I'm just putting this video out here for you to let you know what we just did and where we're going from here for week number 2. All right, so the whole spirit of the assignments for the first week are to get you familiar with the class, what to expect, what's going on in the class, and that sort of thing. And you guys had lots of questions. I looked at several of the questions already, and if you have any you really need answered, go ahead and email them to me because I don't intend to go through those question lists. All I look for was format and that you did it. And then gave you full credit plus you had a chance for up to 5 extra credit points on that assignment too. But the spirit of that was just to get you to read the syllabus and read the other information I have in the Start Here module. So the 5 questions, that was the main idea for that. Then we had the introduce yourself. And the reason we're doing introduce yourself is because we will be our own audience. So when you're giving speeches, we're giving speeches to this audience out here. So be sure to read through everybody's entry in there and get to know your audience. And that'll help you pick topics and how to address them and what strategies to use when you go into the persuasion part. So it's a part of get audience analysis, basically, so we know who's in our audience. And then the definition of class values that we did. I want to make sure everybody buys into these values. It'll make the quarter much more effective for all of us, and it'll make it a lot more fun, actually. So as we are we're buying into these ideas of empathy and humility and cooperation. If we all buy into them, then we'll all work together, and this class will be very worthwhile. All right, so we have those things down. I put out the video on perception. Another idea of perception is just to help us understand the audience. Whenever you're writing a speech, the number one thing you have to do for any speech is to do an audience analysis. And you have to know who your audience is so you know how to approach them. And you will read that in one of the chapters. All right, so for week 2 coming up, um, here's what to expect. Is we're going to start on our first speech, and we'll do a complete outline on it, and then we'll videotape it the week after this week. So now we've got to know each other, and we learned about the class and what's going on. We're actually going to get into the business of speech writing right now. So starting with week 2, you'll have a couple assignments. One will be to come up with a sentence for your speech. What'll be your thesis statement? It'll be the main idea. I have plenty of information for you on how to come up with that. And then you'll write an outline for your first speech. Now, I don't do any instruction this week about the theories of speech writing and that sort of thing. I want you to write the speech intuitively. And if you just follow my instructions and my examples, your speech will pretty much write itself. All right. So be sure to go through those. You'll have the middle of the week is when the thesis will be due. So it'll be due probably Wednesday or Thursday or some. I forgot which day I have it set up for. So anyway, work on that. And when you do write that thesis statement, remember it cannot have any connecting words in it. Now, a thesis statement in your English classes, you can have complex sentences and you can have compound sentences and that sort of thing. But in speech writing, it's best to stay away from those. But it depends upon the purpose of the speech again. But for our purposes, we're going to stay with one simple declarative sentence. You cannot use the words and, or, but, because, therefore, however, so that, so forth, so on. All those types of connecting words. And I have them written down for you too, so you don't have to write them down real fast or stop this video and record it. So anyway, just remember that. And then I don't want you to use the word I in a thesis statement either. I want you to think, it takes more critical thinking to write your sentence without using the word I, especially when you're writing about 3 things that belong to you. However, this is where humility comes in, and I want you to talk to your audience and the fact that we're all together. Okay, so this sentence isn't written specifically just for you, it's written for the audience. Remember, in public speaking, what we're trying to do is we're trying to communicate with the audience, not perform. The whole speech is about the audience getting your message. It's not about you looking good, right? That's the main idea of it. And if you keep that attitude, that'll take a lot of pressure of the fear of public speaking out of you. Remember, you're just trying to communicate a message to an audience. You don't have to look good. If you just follow what we're going to learn this quarter, and again, there's a very effective way that I'm following through to communicate with an audience. So if you just follow these instructions, you will communicate your message very clearly to any audience. I've seen some of the best speakers use exact model that we're going to be using right now. All right. So anyway, the first week we got through it. I think about 2 people dropped out of that's from all 3 classes. So that's actually pretty good record there. So hopefully we can hang on to everyone. And you can get your 5 credits and plus the grade you want, whether you want an A, B, C, or D. Well, I don't think anybody wants a D, but some people just want a C. All right, you guys, good luck to you, and we will see you during the week.